President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to hold a press briefing on Monday, this coming Monday. So what are your expectations? What type of things do you expect to hear from President Hakainde Hichilema's upcoming press briefing?
Well, I'm glad that he has called on, for him to do a press briefing on Monday. I think he did do that immediately he was sworn into office. A month later or two, he did a press briefing where he updated the nation on, the many things that the UPND government is embarking on. So right now we are at that particular moment where we want to know how things are going so far and how things are moving, because we have quite a lot of things to talk about. For example, the economy. In the economy, we have the likes of fuel prices increasing and the monthly reviews. So those are things that we can talk about, as well as the cost of living, which is going up. Yeah,
but before you really get into the nitty-gritties, right, before you give me your exact expectations and the things that you would love to hear from him, right, let's just peel it back a few layers. When he started, right, when he just got elected as president, we saw the enthusiasm, and then it kind of got dry. We didn't really have a lot of press briefings from him. So in comparison to his, our former Republican president, Edgar Lungu, right, can you compare that? And what does that say? A sitting president being willing to have a press briefing. And by the way, we have to also understand the type of journalists who are going to be there. Are they going to allow, spontaneous random questions, or is obviously going to be sort of preset? So what does that tell about the attitude of President Hichilema and overall his what's the right word? Do you think he's still confident? Yeah, is he still confident, and is he still as enthusiastic as he was before he got elected? Because there are two things that can happen once you get to achieve a goal, right? He wanted to be the president of Zambia, right? He became the president of Zambia. A lot of people become complacent once they get to hit a certain milestone. So I'm looking forward to this particular press briefing, and I want to find out from you, if you had to compare him with the previous presidents that we had, what does this tell? The willingness to have and hold a press briefing to address the Zambians.
Now, his willingness to have a conversation with the Zambians is something that I think many Zambians love. It's one of his good qualities. Like I said, he did go on radio, various different radio platforms, did air his conversation with the Zambians when he was elected, and now he's willing to do the same. Now the question is, has he been backed in a corner in order for him to come out and make this, a briefing and talk to the Zambian people because of the immunity deal that was given to Milingo Lungu, or is it those regular updates that we haven't received in quite a while? So
profound point.
These are things that we have to ask ourselves and understand. But either way, we're going to have a moment with the president. Now, another beauty about the UPND government led by His Excellency the President Hakainde Hichilema is that they are not afraid, or he's not afraid to tell us as it is, to tell us the truth. Now, that is something that I think is a better attribute from the previous regime, in the sense that we were told, we were made to believe everything is okay while things are not okay. We were made to believe fuel subsidies are
smoking
good,
mirrors, basically.
Things, basically. So we didn't really know exactly what is happening, but now we get to be updated on how things are running, as much as we can see from the public's eye how things are going, fuel increments, this and that. We also have to hear from the perspectives of the leaders so that we know and understand the challenges that they are facing.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
So before I forget my point, right, one of the profound points that you brought up, right, if I can remember, I've got a terrible memory, but anyway, I'm just going to go with my point. So the thing about him being able and being willing to hold this press briefing is something that is a little bit soothing, because as a parent, he is, the father of this nation at this particular moment. He is sort of our guardian. Sometimes, you need to have an honest conversation with the people who are living in your house and then tell them like it is. And this is one of the reasons why I really hope that the journalists who are going to be attending that particular presser, or rather press briefing, are going to be able to ask those important questions. Oh, by the way, that point just came back. I kind of forgot my point because I've got a lousy memory. So you talked about him quenching the fire with regards to the immunity deal, plus a whole lot of different commotions. I mean, if we talk about the information minister, right? Everybody, you guys already know how you feel about how she delivers her role as the information minister. All right. So recently we had a press briefing by Justice Minister Haimba, was it Malambo or Mulambo? Malambo, and we also had he was accompanied by a whole lot of people, but it really seems the president wasn't really satisfied by all these press briefings. Here's because it actually caused more damage than correcting the whole situation. So I really believe in his heart he's like, okay, if you want to do something right, you got to do it your damn self,
I think this is the thing. Zambians are tired of listening to Tabo Kawana, because Tabo Kawana goes to the extreme when he's making,
And what's up with Tabo Kawana? But, I was really rooting for Tabo Kawana.
As well as Zambians are tired of listening to Anthony Walia. If you look at the remarks that, the Zambian people, the comments that they're saying, they want to hear it from the big man himself, the president. Apparently, the only person that says something and then we're like, but it makes sense.
It makes sense.
The president. Yeah. So we're at that level. We have gotten to this, point. I don't know how, but maybe the way that the gentlemen, have been conducting themselves in, as they execute their duties, has led the Zambian people to lose faith in what, they are delivering. And the only person that we're going to understand, the situation from is the president himself. Maybe that's the reason why he said, you know what, guys, let me do that, because he was, at one of his farms, he was, taking some time off, which I believe he deserves. 8 months.
He does.
It hasn't been an easy 8 months.
Yeah.
So you talked about the journalists that are attending this press briefing, if it's going to be a press briefing or it's going to be on television or it's going to be on a radio. We don't know yet the form of media that this will be.
With Lucci, I remember. Macho and Lucci. And if we see him holding or rather having a press briefing with Lucci, that really means he keeps his word, because he told Lucci, saying, Macho Andy, even if I become president, I will not switch. So, the president is he's a real G.
So for me, I feel like I don't want people to make this a Milingolungu immunity deal moment. He has said that he didn't give anybody any deal. He did not sign off any deal. So let's take him to his word and let's let the justice process prevail at the end of the day. Let's let that course take place. Right now, what we need to talk about are serious, important things. For example, the IMF deal. How far along is it? Because it was one of the biggest, celebration marks of the UPND.
So it really seems like you don't really want to chill for it. You just want to get into it.
I just want to get into
Okay, let's officially get into it, because you've started, right? So, what do you expect to hear from the president during the press briefing, which is much anticipated on Monday? What burning questions do you have, and what sort of things do you want to get rectified, clarified, and just basically what needs to be corrected?
Yeah, so as I was saying, we need to know the progress on the IMF deal. We need to know the relief package, when it's coming, if it's still under discussion. We need to know every aspect of it, because the UPND did celebrate, saying we're bringing the IMF, we're having an IMF deal and we're going to have a relief package and the debt restructuring plan and all that stuff. So we also have to find out what the progress is on the debt restructuring plan. So the biggest problem with Zambia is Nkongole. How are we dismantling this date? Let's also not run away from that. I think that's one of the biggest things that I would really love to get information on.
Before you go to another point, because I'm going to end up forgetting my points, right? So debt restructuring, right? In Congole. A counter point to that is obviously money generation, rather money generating ventures. I want to hear from the president, Mr. Hichilema, the type of money making ventures, deals he's been working on. For example, he went to the DR, Democratic Republic of Congo.
The president came.
Exactly.
MOUs were signed.
Yeah, MOUs were signed. They want to sort of make a factory, electric vehicle factory. That's a very good money generating type of venture. We also saw a lot of different things. So what I want to hear from him is he needs to point it out and say, look, Vane, this is what we are working on, and it's going to start bringing fruit in so and so many years. Because we understand we're not naive, and we're not really sort of those over expectant type of people. We are really realistic. So at least if they are working on factories or money generating businesses or whatever, they can let us know and say, look, we are working on these things, and this is the stage that we are on, and in the next 3 years it's going to be complete. These are the types of opportunities, money generating opportunities we're going to be able to have, because that is what matters. No matter how much they bail us out in terms of debt, if we're not really generating money coming up with different businesses, factories, ventures that are really going to allow us to sort of generate that revenue, we're still going to end up falling in the same ditch. So that's what I would love to hear from him. I want to hear about all the projects, all the MOUs, all the you can't really talk about the NDAs, right? Non-disclosure agreements, yeah. All the MOUs and all the powerful projects that they're working on. And I would also love to hear, for example, how they're going to react to the Kafiwe Lower Gorge fiasco, which is happening because we're hearing rumors that the Chinese are kind of pulling out. These are the unconfirmed rumors that are circulating. So how is that going to affect electricity production in Zambia? And you already know that if there's insufficient electricity production in Zambia, there's obviously not going to be a lot of economic progress and prowess. So to me, that's the most important thing. Those are the most important, points countering your point to the debt restructuring.
Yeah, those are very important, points, and those are very important aspects in terms of productivity as a country, as Zambia. And, obviously away from that, and just in the same path as what you were talking about, job creation at the end of the day is going to be on the talk of the people's mouths. It's going to be in the people's mouths for quite some time up until the next government comes in. So right now the New Dawn government has created about thousands of jobs, and yet we have seen that in the teaching service there are over 100,000 more people that need to be employed. So we have to see how that will be balanced as well, how more jobs will be created, and in terms of just job creation as well as the pronunciations in terms of championing entrepreneurship in the country, creating a business environment where more Zambians are relying on self-employment via entrepreneurship, business ventures, without really looking at job being employed as a civil servant. So we will hopefully we're going to get more answers towards job creations, towards a sustainable environment for young Zambian businessmen and women, and not only young but generally Zambian businessmen and women.
Right, before you drift from that particular point, right, because I'm going to end up forgetting. We have heard the story about the increased CDF, and we give him kudos, round of applause to the president. Very good job right there. But at this particular moment, right, let's be honest, it's been about 8 months. So we need to find out. Let's hear the best cooperatives. What cooperatives have been made in terms of, are they producing revenue right now? The CDF, which was sort of, I don't know whether it has been fully distributed and whatnot. So what businesses were funded and how lucrative are they? Because we're going to end up making the same mistake that the Patriotic Front made, whereby they empower certain people, and then these people are not really productive and producing any tangible results. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, I'm not really phased and I'm not really impressed by the increased CDF and all that stuff. I want, results.
Yeah,
what type of results? Which people did you empower? What type of methods were you using in order for you to like siphon out the real businesses from the fake bullshit businesses? That's what I want to find out. And we need to have the statistics, the numbers. If let's say, for example, I don't know, 100 million kwacha was given, which businesses received it, and what type of revenue are they projected to produce? You know, because it's all about numbers.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the CDF, you have to understand how CDF works and how it's being distributed. So, just a bit of some information. CDF is being distributed. An amount is being distributed in each quarter. So there are 3 quarters. So each quarter will be distributed with an amount from CDF. Then at the end of the year, the whole total 25 million kwacha will be distributed across is it districts, basically, or constituencies rather? Yeah, constituencies. So with that, knowing that, now the question is, what are the criteria for people that will access funding from the CDF, and how is this funding money being given? And how much is being allocated for funding businesses, cooperatives from the CDF amount? So this is something that we need clear information and clear understanding how that is going to work for the benefits of the people in each of the constituencies that this money is going to be distributed.
I understand. I clearly understand, and thank you for correcting me. I understand now how CDF kind of works. But remember, we have the Ministry of Small Medium Enterprises, etc. I want to hear from that particular ministry, because that particular ministry is a very crucial ministry to the new Dawn government. This is what makes the new Dawn government unique, because these guys had huge proclamations and they came up with very unique and useful ministries. So we need to find out what exactly is the SME ministry doing. What type of businesses are they promoting? What sectors are they pushing? What's their agenda? Where are the numbers? That is the most important thing, because, you know, we believe the reason a lot of people rallied behind President Hichilema is because he's a very, you know, savvy businessman. You know, he is about his business. So we expect him to turn this country around and make it a beacon of success with regards to reviving the economy. That's why we employed him as our president. Okay, we need to see the economy turn around. Okay, so I need such ministries to be very proactive. I want them out there to ignite and spark the entrepreneurial spirit in Zambians. This is why those specific ministries were created. So those specific ministries are supposed to be the most proactive of them all, because this is why President Hakainde Hichilema is here for. You know, besides that, right, obviously we've talked a lot about, you know, economy money generating situations, but let's also talk about the team. I want to hear President Hakainde Hichilema's opinion with the people that he assembled, because he took a very long period of time, methodical, and he was very he took his time in order for him to come up with his team. And based on what has been happening across the board, right, it's very questionable. So I want to hear from him as the captain of, you know, this particular team, to tell us what he thinks about his team. And he also needs to scout them if need be. He also needs to sort of, you know, make them know that he's not really impressed. If he's not really impressed, if he is impressed by how everything is being done, let us know.
Yeah, is it that time, you know, have we reached that time, 8 months, 9 months into the UPND leadership? Have we reached that time where we shuffle and make changes? First of all, obviously all the Zambian people, or most of the Zambian people, have talked about told us their displeasure of the performance of the Minister of Information. That's just one example. You have mentioned the ministry as well, which should be a key ministry in this new government, which is the Small Medium Enterprise Ministry, as well as in terms of business, Ministry of Commerce. The inactivity of certain ministries, you know, are the ministers performing? I think it is that time we also have to look at the performance of each ministry. You know, we did see people start off with a lot of enthusiasm. Local government's minister, Gary Nkombo, got us excited about Forest 27.
Forest 27.
Then,
yes, we need to hear an update on Forest 27 because, you know, I remember on Zed Corner, we've got the history, we've got the documentations. We were for the Forest 27 action coming in from Gary Nkombo. It has been more than 8 months, you know, and okay, sorry for cutting you off, brother. Sorry, but I hate complacency. You know, I really feel like the new Dawn government team members are beginning to get comfortable. And this is a problem that a lot of African countries make. We make our leaders feel comfortable. The Patriotic Front became comfortable. They became complacent and all that stuff. So this is one of the reasons why we're saying, look, you already told us, fuck up pressure. You know, we love President Hichilema so much, we do not want him to fail. And we do not really want to reach that point where we resent this man. Because this man represents a lot of hope to us. He represents a lot of perseverance. He really represents, you know, coming out of a triumphant situation and emerging victorious because he was persistent. So I do not really want to reach that extent where I end up resenting President Hichilema because of his incompetent team, for lack of a better term, and complacency. You know, so we need to make sure that we always apply pressure. We always make sure that they deliver what we ask them to do. And this is only going to be done when we are consistently updated, when we are consistently put in the light, or rather in, yeah, we are shown basically the, you know, the right way and all that stuff. So we have to be in the light as opposed to being in the dark, because I really believe right now a lot of Zambians are in the dark with regards to a lot of things that have been happening. Immunity. So we have to be in the light. We have to, you know, be shown the light so that we're not really in the dark. You get my point.
Speaking of ministers, personally, and this is something that I wish and hope the president talks about when we, you know, when he comes in on Monday and lets us know what, you know, how things are going. Jack Mwimbu should be Home Affairs Minister. Issue of security in our country. We're seeing our sisters being abducted, you know, being kidnapped, being killed, an increase in levels of criminality and in crime. I think that's something that has to be also discussed. What is the solution? Are the police currently inefficient to deal with the current rise over crime? And basically, right now, criminals are proving to be more sophisticated and way ahead, you know, than our police. Up to now, we don't know what's happening with the issue of Pamela. You know, we don't know if she has been found or she hasn't been found, because the police haven't given us an update, and it's been quite some time now. Yes, they're investigating, they're doing their work. Before Pamela, there was another booth agent that was kidnapped, and that one, it didn't even see attention from the police. So now we do have 2 active cases of 2 missing people. One, there is a video that has been sent, and yet we are still failing to trace how it was sent. Criminals are becoming more sophisticated. Are the police up to date? Are they able to investigate and carry out successful arrests, you know, with these, you know, types of crimes that are coming up? I did read a statement, somebody saying that such crimes that are happening in Zambia now are a bit alien, because, you know, we were not experiencing such sophistication in terms of crime. So meaning that the playing field has been changed, and criminals have gotten smarter. So have the police as well gotten smarter, adapted, and are they in the forefront, you know, and not letting criminals get away with it?
Exactly. And the other point that I would also love to hear from the president is the issue of Nkwazi. I mean, come on, we are not really that dumb. We are, you know, fairly smart people. We understand a lot of money is being used on these daily trips. There's a lot of logistics and statistics that really get into these processes. So we need to hear it from him. Because, you know, that explanation that Mr. Anthony Voile, you know,
gave us wasn't satisfying.
It wasn't satisfactory.
You know, wasn't giving you that, no, we understand.
Yeah, it just left us with a lot of questions and with a bitter taste in our mouth. So this is one of the reasons why the president has a very, very tough press briefing, which is going to be coming up on Monday. And there's a lot of issues that need to be resolved. For example, I, for one, want to find out why the hell are mines getting tax breaks at this particular moment? Why? During these trying times, okay, I mean, if
that's the first thing that happened when the Udon government came into instantly. So we really have to figure out why that, why that decision, where there's tax breaks and
let me break it down, the importance of getting to understand why mines were given tax exemptions. Number one of the conditions that the IMF has given us is we need to reduce our expenditure and increase our income. Okay? The reason why there's speculations as to why certain people, certain organizations are against employing a lot of civil servants is because that's increasing government expenditure. If that is a condition, right, then why the hell not introduce mining taxes to these mining companies? That's going to increase our income. If we've got increase in income, right, we can therefore employ more people. But why is it vice versa? All right. Certain organizations don't want us to employ more civil servants because we're going to be increasing our expenditure. But why did you, give tax breaks? The first thing that you did when you came in power is you gave tax breaks. Why? I need an explanation to that. I want to find out why. Maybe there are very good reasons why that was done. So this is one of the reasons why we have to be explained to.
So there are so many things that, we have questions, and hopefully, if, like I said, if it's on radio, hopefully people are going to be given time to call in and ask these questions. And like I said, let's not make this thing about the immunity deal. Let's use this opportunity to ask, the many different questions that are very vital and important to the growth and stability of our economy and our country, Zambia. So, let's use this opportunity very wisely. Let's use it to understand certain pronouncements that have been made by the New Dawn government, like the tax exemptions from the mines. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones that are being overtaxed as citizens.
Exactly. I mean, god damn, I'm being overtaxed way too much. I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling it, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling it as well. So anyhow, I think we this was
exhausted on this one.
Yeah.
So just a quick one as we wrap up in the next 5 minutes. Honorable Bowman Lusambo apparently has been running away from the ACC.
He's on the run.
He's on the run, apparently. That's what the ACC is saying. They're saying that they have notified his lawyers and are waiting for the lawyers to present their client, who is Mr. Bowman Lusambo, to the commission. But apparently, Mr. Bowman is being elusive.
Yeah, and he was also warned not to occupy the houses that have been seized by ACC. And this is where I'm saying, look, the audacity. By ACC, if they tell you, look, we have seized these properties. Okay, in it, which properties did they seize? I'm still staying in those properties. So this is one of the reasons why we're saying, look, these people now let me use my Chimba Kambwili voice. So if you see such confidence, the boldness of people like Bowman Lusambo, they already know that the law, I'll be out and I'll get a deal. You understand? Anyway, moving on to Faith Musonda. Faith Musonda is back in the, persuasive hands of ACC because there are some fresh investigations which are coming through. Coming back to the immunity deal.
Yeah, so apparently with Faith Musonda, the commission, the King's Land property that was gotten from Faith Musonda, according to the commission's word, has opened a Pandora's box. Pandora's box. So when you use that term, it means things are, there's so much overwhelming evidence, so much incriminating evidence. So we need to understand where this case now is going, and we need an update, constant updates.
Are there fresh, things that are popping up with regards
Do
to
we have
Faith
new
Musonda.
suspects?
Because that's 65 million kwacha plus the what you call that the house.
The house.
Those I believe those things were forfeited to the state, right? So now that the ACC have started fresh investigations, right? It really means there's some more stuff linked to
there's some more stuff linked to
you know,
they
so
didn't get all the brass.
exactly. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying we definitely need to be updated, and they need to do it expeditiously, because you know we are thirsty, and we really need to seek some sort of tangible convictions. Okay, I mean, okay, we just need to see some results. So far, 0 results.
Arrests, 0 results. So many, so many statements being given. But just like we're all saying, we need arrests. We need to know which honorable is was connected to Faith Musonda. If it was an honorable, if it was a judge, if it was a civil servant, we need to know where all these things are coming from. We can't just say, okay, she has them, she's forfeited, Chapato Alabako. Who gave her those things? Where did she get, what type of deals did she make? This is the information that we want to know as the Zambian people. So as these fresh investigations start, we hope that the commission deals with this matter differently. We hope that if this whole situation is going to go to the DPP, she deals with this matter differently than the previous matters. So this time we're not expecting any mishaps. We don't want anybody to come and say State House, Kushan House.
And they should only announce the bloody cases that they are pursuing if only they have enough tangible evidence, because it serves no purpose to sort of change and twist the narrative after people get excited and intrigued by a certain case, and then they say, wait, like for example that case about the counselor, the counselor who allegedly owned the bank, after proclaiming and producing statements, and then they just turn around 360 and say,
and there should be an active case, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Simon Lane TV should be in quota because of that case. Now, if the ACC did not really announce that and let the public start speculating, and then leads to people to say certain things, we wouldn't have all this. So let these guys tell us that okay, when they're sure and say, okay, there's a case here to answer, and then they let us know, because they're disappointing us, and then they're just getting people in trouble. And then the other form, I did see an advert on Mwevantu by the ACC asking people to go and report to them if they have evidence. Come on, ACC,
DEC, FIC, you guys have got access to information. You work with Zigta. I mean, I understand, you're asking for tips, people to tip you off, but come on,
guys. Yeah, I mean, if I don't like mood, I'm just gonna come and say,
people are just going to be giving you rumors, wrong information, and all that stuff.
Just bought an alien, I don't know, he doesn't really work. Where did he get the money? ACC.
Exactly. So, I mean, such types of things, for lack of a better term, desperation. Why would you even say that? So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, it really looks like the ACC and all these they're running out of, things to do. And we're not getting any results. And it's been a very long period of time and nothing is happening. And this is one of the reasons why they are resorting to even asking for the public to kind of step in and tip them. There's a lot of ways that you can see irregularities happening. For example, bank transactions. Come on. How am I going to have access to Faith Musonda's banking history? There are specific ways that you can really get to, catch the culprits. It's very easy. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Come on, use Zikta, use financial trails. The issue of money laundering and all that stuff. There's many avenues. You don't even need to overthink and, trouble the public to kind of come to your aid in order for you to, do your job. So this is just becoming redundant. And to be honest, I really feel like the ACC are Debbie Downers, because every time they give us, high hopes in terms of us curbing down corruption, we always have this this, sort of realization that, oh shit, nothing is going to happen again. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, if you guys don't really have any tangible evidence that is going to make sure that a particular case is going to reach the end, that you guys are going to like get some specific tangible results, do not tell the public. Do not tell the public.
You don't get anything.
Don't
break our hearts. So that's that was last for this episode. Your last remarks?
My last remarks are to be honest with you, we are not really saying these things in order for us to be to avenge or seek revenge. No, that's not what we're doing. What we are just trying to say is, look, if crime was committed, just like every other normal Zambian, somebody has to face the law, because there are no sacred cows. But what we're seeing right now is some people are built a little different. Some people have got privileges and perks that really differentiate them from the common Zambians.
It's like there's a bougie law and a common law.
Yeah,
some of us just fit in the common law, and then the bougie law just is for the elites, those ones that commit crimes, and then they're let go scot-free.
Yeah, we need a level playing field. If Mnalula commits a crime, convict Mnalula. If so and so commits a crime, do not give deals. A crime is a crime, because what this is teaching us is it's okay to steal so long you give it back. So long you give it back,
or you give some back, not all of
some
it.
back.
We're not really sure they're giving everything back.
Yeah, because this is what they are teaching us. Because if we're encouraged to do these type of things, you're telling us, okay, now like if you commit a crime, just reserve a little something, give back to the state, and make sure some people are happy. Then you're going to go scot-free. That's the type of information and message you are relaying to the incoming generations and the upcoming, leaders. So that has to be stopped, and it shouldn't be condoned at all. And I've got no personal vendetta against anybody. Bowman Lusambo, Faith Musonda, the entire Patriotic Front. I mean, but ifunde lifunde. Otherwise, if there's no sanity and respect of the rule of law, then this is going to be a banana republic. We want this country to be a progressive democratic state where laws and rules are respected. Because if laws and rules are respected, right, entrepreneurship is going to thrive. People are going to feel safe. There's going to be security. So everything starts and breaks when the law is sort of broken. So this is one of the reasons why ifunde napanganda pafude baba ifunde abana bafude bare chindika ifunde lyaba fyashi, otherwise fiance aim.
Yeah. So my words of encouragement would be to the Zambian citizen: let's be proactive. Let's ensure that our leaders really do deliver what they promised, and let's not be very partisan in these issues, and be realistic. As these leaders come and tell us these things, they have to tell us things that are realistic, and we have to understand how our country is being governed, what is happening, and we have to ask the tough questions. Let's not think about question contract.
I'm a journalist.
So even journalists, I hope journalists as well do get to the juicy questions, the important questions, and not only the questions that the ones that will just give you some hype and whatnot, useless questions.
Whoever is sending invitations, sorry for cutting you off. Whoever is sending invitations to people who need to ask questions, send us those invitations. We've got a lot of burning questions. Trust me, because we are the voice of the youths, and we're going to be able to look President Hichilema in the eyes and ask him these tough questions. We're not going to back down and bootlick.
No, we're simply going to tell it as it is. So make sure that you do catch the next episode on Z Corner TV. Make sure that you do visit our YouTube as well, Z Corner, and put some views on our videos. And make sure that you do stay up to date with what's happening in the Z Corner world, but by making sure that you do go through our storylines. We're going to be updating you on our story with a whole lot of different products and services that will be giving out to you, the public, and you will be able to access these products and services from Z Corner.
All right, so have a great time. See you and God bless you.